this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back again with my Cath Kidston box, and you may have seen my recent video, and we made these two absolutely scrummy toppers from, you know, the Cath Kidston box. And I thought, let's come along and make a couple more. But what I want to do today is kind of completely different looking toppers made using the same box. So obviously I haven't tried this out. I don't know whether it's going to work out or not, but I thought what we'd do is we will paint over this in kind of browns. So hopefully we're going to get a sort of, yeah, a sort of more vintage looking piece really from these. So I'm just going to tear this down because I think I decided in the last one I was preferring the torn edges. Oh my goodness. I did notice that this was, you know, quite tough to tear in the last video, but yeah, it seems even tougher today, would you believe? Right, okay, oh my goodness. I've got a bit of a mishmash of tearing going on here, but never mind. Right, oh my goodness. This is so tough. Right, when I tore this down, actually, just that second ago, this top kind of layer's peeling off. Oh, now look, that top layer and here. Right, well, I don't have much of this left now, but never mind. I'm still going to persevere. We're still going to try and achieve something from this. So, yeah, this is not tearing like it did in the previous video, which is slightly irritating, I've got to say. Yeah, I don't know quite why it's not really wanting to tear, but hey, it's fine. We're still going to work with it, and we're still going to kind of go ahead and use it. So yeah, what I'm thinking is we're going to go over it. So I bought some white gesso. Now I've got to be honest and say I need to buy some more of the, you know, like the runny white gesso. I've only got this thick one at the moment. So I don't know whether this is going to be the best, but I've also got this, it's called burnt sienna, but I'm hoping it's going to take on quite a sort of, you know, browny kind of look. I've got some water, which has been mixed, you know, coffee dye water. So I'm going to, yeah, use that probably to water the paint down a little bit more. So I'm just going to tear this edge down so it's a bit slimmer. Otherwise it's probably a bit on the wide side. So like that. Oh dear. Oh, now look. Ended up with just a slither of it left. Right, I'm going to just get rid of this back piece. Okay. Oh, this is not going well. Honestly, the last, you know, when I used this in the last video, it was brilliant. This time, not so much. But I'm going to hang on to this because I'm always looking for that sort of corrugated look. And yeah, I mean, who knows? We might incorporate it on here. Now, I'm going to try, I think, the paint on this one first. Now I've got some wipes here, so I'm going to just keep those on hand because I suspect that we'll want some wipes somewhere along the line. I just quite like the wipes for, you know, dabbing the paint around and things. I think it works well. Now I'm going to pop the paint down here on the desk. You probably can't see this. It's probably out of view. Let me try and move the camera slightly so that hopefully you can see kind of a bit more what I'm doing. Okay, right, so hopefully you can see the paint as well. I mean, obviously not that you probably, you know, not that you probably really need to see the paint, but anyway, I'm just going to spray that with some of my coffee mixture like that. Now this is a wet wipe, so I'm going to go in with this as well. Right, okay, this was what I wondered whether this might happen, is it's just literally wiping straight off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go over the whole thing, maybe with some gesso as well. Let's just see if that goes on better. Yeah, can you see that's kind of staying on there a little bit better? Oh dear, well, it was until I wiped it really quite hard. So, right, okay. I'm not having a great time here. Let's put the gesso in here with the paint. Okay, I mean, I probably don't really need very much, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, that will probably do. Now, I'm going to go on with my dry wipe because I think the wet wipe, it was just too much. It was just taking it off completely. So, I'm going to go on with the dry wipe. Okay. Right. So it's just dulled it down a little bit. I mean, yeah, it probably could take a bit more. The problem is I don't want to actually cover up the pattern where then we can no longer see it, which I probably am in danger of doing that, to be honest. Now I've got this one, which I thought we'd make another one. So let's just tear this down. Oh my goodness, this is so tough. I don't know what's going on with this, but yeah, the last time I tried to tear this box, it was fine. Today, I've either got really weak fingers or this section of the box is thicker somehow. It's, yeah, not so good. Right, let's just tear this corner off because I think we did do that. It's not really allowing me to tear it, so I'm just going to kind of round it like that a bit. And just like there. Okay, now I'm just going to rough around the entire thing. Okay, like that. Okay, right. Get rid of all these bits off the desk. Okie dokie, right, just put those in the bin beside me. Now, just going to go in with a bit more of that brown paint. And, you know, I'm going to use the dry wipe again because that seemed to be obviously the best thing. Now, I've got to be honest and say this brown is probably not the best shade of brown. Oh, now this is not working either. Oh dear, what a disaster. Right. Okay, well, let's just go in anyway and see how we get on. I do need the gesso because the gesso I think is what helped it stick onto the page in the end. So just pop some of that down there as well. Okay. So, yeah, I think this one's turning out quite a bit darker than the other one, but that's fine. So, yeah, like that. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter that it's a bit sort of tatty around the edges and things, you know, that's absolutely fine. Right, let me just clean that bit of the desk. Trying to be a little bit tidier in my new craft area. So, yeah. Right, okay, so these two are like this. Now, just going to quickly dry this off, I think, so that it's hopefully, you know, not going to be smudging everywhere. So I've got my heat tool here. I mean, this one's a very irregular shaped topper, to be honest, because, you know, that's just how it obviously came off the box, if you see what I mean. So, okay. Right, I'm just going to move my camera up slightly. I'm so sorry about this. I'm still very much kind of getting used to my new desk setup. And, you know, it really does take quite a while to get used to these things, doesn't it? Okay, right, we've got those. Now, I thought like yesterday, or like, you know, the video previously, which obviously I don't know my video order. It may be that it wasn't yesterday for you guys. But in the last video where we did these, I used clusters, and I thought let's go in with the clusters again. But obviously now that I've coloured these pieces a bit more, I'm thinking we'll go with sort of browner clusters, because the other ones were very, you know, pretty and pink and, you know, sort of girly. And I thought let's get these a bit more brown and sort of vintage. I have to say this is going redder and redder by the minute. So the more I look at it, the more red it seems to be looking. So this might not really go quite as planned, to be honest. I mean, that's quite nice on there, but... Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got a much redder, you know, look to it than I would have hoped for, which is a shame. I'm just going to get some more blendy tools. Actually, I might have another one in here. Okay, right. I'm going to go over with some walnut stain, and hopefully that might brown it up. Because at the moment, yeah, it's actually looking pretty red, which was not the plan at all. So let's go over this with a bit of brown. Okay, hopefully that's, you know, browning that up rather than having it, you know, very pinky red tinged. I'm not sure this is going to be a winning look, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. You know, when you have those great plans and then when it comes to the execution, it's like, oh, that's not really looking how I imagined or how I'd hoped. Okay. Go around this with the brown. Okie dokie. Okay. Well, this one doesn't look so bad. The other one's very red looking. This one not quite so bad. So yeah, we'll just kind of we'll just go with the flow. We're just going to go with it and just see what sort of pans out. But now I'm thinking, oh, I'm not sure whether I'm going to have a cluster that's going to be quite suitable. That's quite nice on there, actually. Let me see how it is on that one. It's quite nice on that one, actually, as well. Right, let's put them side by side and, yeah, do them kind of together. That one's quite pretty with the butterfly. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind either, to be honest. What about that one? That's quite nice, isn't it? Perhaps we'll go with that one. I don't know whether it's really showing up enough, but I mean, hopefully it will once we've got some lace and things like that on there. So yeah, let's go for that, shall we? Otherwise I just feel like, well, I could be here literally all day just, you know, picking clusters, which, you know, would be pretty boring for you guys, wouldn't it? So right, let's ink around the edge of the cluster, which I'm hoping is going to make it stand out more. It might actually make it just blend in more, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's made it stand out a bit more, hasn't it? So I'll do the same with this one. Okie dokie. Yeah, I mean, she looks really vintage on there, doesn't she? I mean, I feel like this is literally just dropped out of the attic. It's looking really, really cool. Right, okay, so I'm going to bring in some of that ivory lace, which we'd used this in the last one as well, but yeah, it's just still here on the table, so I might as well pull it in and use it. Okay, I'm thinking I might tear this edge down a bit because it's looking quite, you know, quite wide at the moment, so we'll see how it goes, but let's glue this down first. Okay. Oops. Let's just glue this down. Oh, that was hot. Had some lace on, some glue there under the lace. It was yeah, much hotter than I had anticipated. So, right. Let's just tear this edge down because this is, yeah, really rubbish shape, isn't it? It's rubbish shape and it is quite wide, but I hate the way it's got those kind of like 4 bits. That's better. Just straight away tearing those just edge bits off has made it look, you know, instantly kind of better, hasn't it? Right, this one here. I've got some white doily here. I don't know whether... Oh, it's got 2 actually there. I don't know whether this would look good or not, but let's just see. Oh, let's put it down, shall we? I'm just like in the zone now, like in the mood for just like, let's stick some bits down. So okay, pop that on down there. Because I mean, bearing in mind, I will probably put lace over this anyway. So to be perfectly honest, you know, you might not even really see much of this anyway. But yeah, we'll just get some lace down there. Some doily down there. Sorry, not lace. Losing my ability to speak. This is only my first video today, so who knows what it's going to be like by the final one. You know, because I normally do several videos on one day. So who knows. Won't be able to talk at all by the end. That's quite pretty. Let me just see whether the ivory would look better, because I felt like that didn't really stand out very much. So we'll just go for this one. Okay. Oh, that's better. Yeah. Yeah, it's making more of a statement, isn't it? So yeah, definitely better. Right, let's glue this down. Now this is only copy paper thickness, but it has got several layers obviously. So I'm just going to press it down sort of all over, which will hopefully get rid of the lumpy effect. Like that, okay. I have to say, absolutely love this lady on here. She looks just like she was made to go on there, doesn't she? She really looks good. You know, colour-wise, she's just perfect on here. Right, okay, now I was thinking we might be able to add some metal bits here because obviously the brown, I thought, well, it's kind of got some, you know, well, brown, you know, it's sort of similar tones, I suppose, to some of the metal bits. So just having a quick rummage in my little drawers behind me. Have a quick look. Right, so I've got some of my metal corners. Also got the bit plates. Now these I think are going to be monstrous on here. It's not too bad on that one. But I do quite like the corner on this one. Now, over or under the lace. Problem is, if it's under, I'm not sure whether it's really even showing up enough. Oh, perhaps we'll put it over like that. Okay. So, yeah. Oops. Whenever I put these metal corners on, I always just use the hot glue, really. You know, always kind of have done whenever I've used them. So, you know, for years, even mini albums and things like that I used to make, I would always just use the hot glue. That's just because that's what I get on best with. But, you know, experiment around and see what you kind of, you know, get on with best. Right, we've got that. Now, let's just have a quick look now and see what else I've got. Just having a look in my little bags, you know, with trims and, you know, things like that in them, to see whether I've got some other bits and pieces. So, okie dokie. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? I mean, this looks so different to the ones that we made previously, I can't tell you. So I will obviously, you know, pull them in at the end and we'll kind of compare them to these. But yeah, I mean, they're looking very different. You know, really just completely different feel altogether. I don't know which I prefer, to be honest. I loved the ones that we made before. But, you know, equally, I do really like these as well. So, yeah, we'll kind of have a look at the end. And then, you know, perhaps you could let me know below, but, you know, which you prefer, whether you prefer the sort of more vintage looking ones or the colourful ones that we did previously. I mean, there's a place for all of them, isn't there? You know, depending on the journal that they would go on. But yeah. Right, loving how that looks. Very pretty, I have to say. Now, just wondering, I thought I had some little sort of crochet lace bows, and of course now I can't think what I've done with those since the move. I don't know whether, I don't think they're probably anywhere near me. They might be. Just check. No. Nope, of course they're not. That would be far too easy, wouldn't it, if they were right here beside me. I've got some of these. Oh, no. I mean, they probably would have looked fine, but yeah, they're quite big on there and probably swamp it a little bit. It depends really whether just, you know, we like the extra splash of colour on this, to be honest. I think it looks good on there. Oh, it actually looks quite good on there too. So, perhaps we'll have it like that. Now, let me just cut down another couple of these things. Oops. Oh dear, sorry about this. Okay, right, let me get rid of this. I'm just going to check whether there's any, you know, kind of lace or anything that we might want hanging. from this, or I've got this brown velvet bow, which it's not a bow, it's just some ribbon. But yeah, I love the ribbon, to be honest, so just kind of wondering whether we could have any ribbon on here. Don't know whether it's a little bit kind of solid, but having said that, it almost needs something like that, because otherwise it's actually quite colourless and maybe a little bit boring. So yeah, let's have some brown velvet ribbon, shall we? Going down the side, so like that. And then obviously we're going to be, layering the bits up anyway, so you know, it won't be quite so obvious there. 1, 2, okay. Yeah, I like that contrast of that brown ribbon. I know it's kind of quite heavy on there, but it works, doesn't it? It's, yeah, heavy but works. Right, just having a quick look through to see, because I've got some of my favourite kind of crochet, crochet lace. Oh, I don't know what's happened to that. I think that's got 3-in-1 glooped up on it. Just having a quick flick through my bag. Right. Okay. Put that out of the way. Yeah, put that out of the way. Right, let's just see, because I might need to have a bit of lace coming out somewhere. I'm just going to go down. I know I've said this a billion times, but you know, I just like to kind of cut tear when the, you know, when it's crochet lace especially, because it does that cut tear thing really, really easily. And then you get this gorgeous like scrappy edge, which, you know, I love. Again, I realise that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I actually think it really sort of enhances it. And yeah, it looks really, really nice like that. But, you know, obviously it might not be to everybody's liking, but yeah, I actually think it's really, really nice like that. Then I've got my metal book plate, which probably would go there. Yeah, love how that looks. So I'm just going to glue this lace down here, just sort of, you know, just scrappily along the edge. I don't want it to look really uniformy, but just like hanging on the edge like that. Okay, like that. And then now I've got some of my book plates somewhere, so let me just see. Well, I hope I have anyway. This is where I find actually they're not behind me, but it would be wonderful if they were. Oh, it's not looking good so far. No, it's not looking good so far. Oh, I've got coloured ones. Oh, come on, where's my normal ones, you know, not coloured? Oh, that's so annoying. That is so annoying. Right. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, no, no. So sorry about this. I'm just really trying to see whether I've got them anywhere, because I think they would look... Ah, here we go. Book plates. Book plates, book plates. Right. Oh, these are going to be too big now after all of that rummaging. Look. Oh, well, actually journal fits in there. Right, okay, so we can fit journal in there, so that's okay. Okie dokie, oops. Like that. Just because otherwise it feels a bit weird to have a book plate on there, but no, you know, no message. Not that it's a message, but you know what I mean. No anything written on there. So yeah, I think it kind of needed a word of some sort under there, didn't it? So yeah, that looks very, very pretty, I have to say. Really, I'm loving these. I'm thinking this is going to be yeah, my favourite out of you know, yesterday's and today. Got this feeling I'm going to prefer these, which is weird because, you know, I love colour. But yeah, these are just looking so scrummy and so vintage. I just absolutely love them. Okay, right, let's get my book plate and glue it on Obviously there's not a great deal of metal here to be able to, you know, glue onto, but just do what we can like that. Oh, come on. Okie dokie. Yep, looking good. And then this here. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? Now what was I going to put up there? I can't remember. Oh, was I going to put this? I don't know really whether it needs it. Well, perhaps it does. Yeah, okay, right. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that topper? I absolutely love how that looks. It's so pretty. Yeah, I think that's my favourite one. So I thought it was going to be the bright ones from, you know, the last lot that we did. But no, I really love this vintage looking one. It's just scrummy. Right, okay, let's put that one out of the way and let's quickly focus on finishing up this one. So I'm wondering if this now needs some more lace. And of course, I've got the rest of that lace, you know, that we just cut down. So let's just try that. Running down the edge somewhere. Don't want it to look like a tassel. Oh, I don't know now. Let's try this edge. I don't want it to look closed in either. Oh dear. I think that's why the bottom works quite nicely. Like on the other one we did the bottom, is because then it's just round two sides. It's not like closed in like a tunnel. You know, which it could kind of easily take on that sort of appearance, couldn't it? So let's just have a look at this. Oops. This flower might be too big. Oh no, looks quite pretty, doesn't it? Right, okay, so I'm going to just put this lace down here, kind of across the bottom and the edge. Okie dokie, like that. Okay, just going to cut that slither off. Okay, right, let's glue these together. One. Oops. Okay, that's one, and then the next one. Oops. Oh, come on. Like that. Okay, right, let's have a look. Oh dear. Ah, every time I touch it, it's, you know, stuck on the hot glue threads that are now all over me. And now it's just dragging around on the desk. Right, sorry, just getting those hot glue threads off my fingers so that it's not keep moving around. Yeah, love that kind of there to the edge, although it's a struggle to actually fit it. You know, there's not much to glue that to, but we'll just do our best anyway. Just glue it on like that. Okay, right. I mean, obviously when this is glued down onto something, you know, you could then glue it to sort of reinforce it there. So, you know, it won't be so vulnerable as it currently is. So we've popped that down. Now I'm just going to see if I want a little wax cabochon in the middle. Oh, got that colour. Oh, that is just perfect on there, isn't it? I mean, it's weird, isn't it? Because we've taken this from pinks and blues and pinks and greens to now this one's predominantly sort of browns. And I never really thought that would work. But it actually looks awesome, doesn't it? Just goes really, really well. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Right, okay, so that's probably all that we've got time for today. But let's pull in the ones that we have done. So I'm just going to move these all out the way. So I'm going to show you obviously yesterday's or, you know, the ones we did in the previous video anyway. It might not be yesterday now, but we did these, which I absolutely loved. But I have to say, now that we have done these ones, I'm favouring these a lot more. They are just so scrumptious, aren't they? Obviously, these are a lot smaller because we were dictated by, you know, the size of the bits that we had on the box. But that's fine. You know, I don't mind them being smaller. You know, these would obviously take up most of the cover. These would be, you know, a lot smaller. So I would kind of then put a lot more lace and things like that around on the cover. But yeah, I mean, I think they're just lovely. So we might come back and finish up the box. Oh, I'm just having a look actually under my desk. I think I've still got more bits from the box. Oh my goodness. That box went such a long way. Look, I've actually got all of this. All of this. So we could probably do another, you know, yeah, probably two, yeah, probably another 4 out of these. So I'm going to give it some thought for some other ideas. But yeah. I hope that you like them, and yeah, I will see you next time, and we will, you know, in another time, I don't know whether it will be the next video, but soon, we will come along and we will do something with the rest of the box. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then, bye.